I've woken up now. Fish on. Oh, do you know what? I think this might be a bit better than I gave it credit for at the start. Hello and welcome back to the channel and to another reel and tackle review. And today I'm going to be talking to you about the Penn Fathom 25 NLD2. And I'm a lefty, so this is in left hand. And this is the lever drag. So if you've got any questions on it or you've been thinking about buying one, hopefully I can answer a few of those for you today. And if I don't cover anything that you want covered, just leave me a little comment and I'll do my best to answer it. As always, it's going to be an honest review after a long period of use. I never review anything unless I've given it a good working over. And if I think it's bad or shoddy, I will say as much. And also if it's good, I'll do the same thing. So trust that this is going to be a good, solid, honest review from me. So let's get into it. So this was given to me as a gift. I've got to confess, I've always used the star drag type reel. So for those who maybe newer to the game or not quite sure, this is a lever drag in that you adjust the whole tension on the spool by a lever, hence the name lever drag. And the other type is a star drag where it's like a twisty dial sort of thing. And I've always used those. They tend to be a bit cheaper and it's just what I grew up on. So it wasn't broke, so I didn't fix it. And then a good friend of mine gave me this as a present. And he was like, look, this is for you, have a go with it. And it's one of those moments, and anyone who's gone from star to lever drag can probably relate. It's one of those times where you go, how did I live without it? It's absolutely brilliant. And this reel itself is pretty solid, as I'm going to come on to now. And I'm actually about to buy another one. So they retail for a couple of £100. I think about £240. So they're not cheap. You probably could find them a little bit cheaper and also a little bit more dearer, as is the way with the internet these days and local prices. But yeah, about £240. So it is a more expensive option. I know you can spend 500, 600, 800 quid on a reel, maybe more. But this is probably outside of the average angler's sort of budget from experience. But it's worth every single penny. So let's talk about a couple of features. So like I said, it's lever drag. You pull it down towards you to release the spool, and then you go right all the way up to tighten it up. Now it's got a mode. You've got your free spool mode. Don't know how well you'll see it on the camera. You've got your free spool. Obviously you're letting it down, and then you've got your sunset mode. That's where it's like full drag, locked on. For whatever reason, you've got something solid on the end of the line, then you're just holding on for dear life, or you're pulling for a snag. You sort of knock it into sunset mode, and that's basically it's giving you nothing. And then you can adjust it all the way through. So if you need a more or less tension, you can adjust it, and it's nice and easy. I'm a lefty, so this is obviously a left-hand reel, and it's right there for me. And I'd imagine it's the same with the other way. If it was a righty, it would be the other side. You've got your clicker on the right-hand side as normal. So if you want that ratchety sound, or I don't know, yeah. So if you want that ratchety sound for your bait runner styles thing, or if you're just that way inclined, that is just over here on the right hand side for me. And again, it's nice and easy. It's mounted on with 4 screws, pretty standard either side. I've not taken this apart yet, but I'd imagine it's like any other reel. Internally, you've got your lovely smooth spool inside, and you've got your guide rings on the outside, the lines there to show you how much braid or mono you've got on. And in the centre of it, it's got a little point to thread your line through, which I quite like. So you can tuck your line through, tie whatever knot you're going to do to put your line on, and that's nice and simple in there. And again, it's really well, it's quality, it's nice. Everything's smooth, which is what you want when you're using things like braid. There's no rough edges or anything like that. I've actually just stripped this down to redo some backing mono and some braid on mine, but it's got your seat attachment there at the bottom, and then also we come onto the handle. Got a nice big power handle on the end there. You can replace these like any reel, but this one is nice and chunky. I've not felt the need to do it. It's 2 speeds as well. So again, for those not familiar with that concept, who just have a 1-speed reel, you've got a button on the end where your handle is, and then you've got a little texture bit on the side there. You just twist that to pop it out. So you've got a speed, you push it in, you have a lot smoother but slower retrieval rate, and that's the setting I use when I'm wrecking. So when I'm bringing my lure up or I'm playing a fish, that's the setting I will have. So you push that in, and then you have the other setting where you just twist that, and the little button pops out again like that. And then that is your much faster, stiffer, bombing it in at the end of your drift sort of thing. And again, that's a feature I haven't used until I've had this reel, and it's something else that I really, really like. And it's just, yeah, it's really handy. You've got your spool tensioner on the side where the Penn logo is. That's your spool tensioner. So again, for those not aware, when you let your reel into free spool mode and how fast that internal working moves, you can actually adjust that and put a bit of tension on it. So where you'd normally have your thumb on the spool, you can actually have it so that sort of does the job for you if you're that way inclined. But overall, do you know what? It's an absolutely solid reel, and I've put it through its paces with some lovely pollock and some turbot and bass and all sorts. And I've had small eels and the rest of it, and it has handled it really, really well. And I'm actually that much impressed with it that I'm going to buy another one. I mean, I could talk to you about gear ratios and how quickly it brings in line, but there's not that many fishermen that will go into that much detail. Yes, I know there is the real geeky ones amongst you that will want to know how many bearings it's got and the rest of it. But if you are interested, it's a 5:5:1 or a 2:8:1 ratio, and it's got 19 inches per turn. So what that means is for every turn of the reel, you're bringing in, I'm going to do my inches scale now, you're going to be bringing in 19 inches of line. So for every revolution, 19 inches of line is coming in. You know, and it's just, it's absolutely brilliant. You do get different sizes, but the 25 I found is perfect for ground fishing, so your turbot in and the rest of it, and also for your wrecking. I mean, I now won't go back to a star drag now. I'll carry on using the ones I've got, but this here, for what it is, you do pay a little bit of money for it, but it is an absolutely lovely reel. And if you're thinking about getting one, don't think about it anymore. Just get one, drop into your local tackle shop. If you're local to me, Simpsons can get these in for a good price. If not, obviously all your usual places. But overall, I highly recommend the Penn Fathom 2.5 NLD2. Solid buy, and you won't regret getting it. I hope that's been helpful. I do have lots of other tackle and reel reviews on my channel, and I do try to review stuff as I go, because I know you sort of do find this helpful when making a purchase, and I get a lot of comments saying as much, so I will keep doing them on all my tackle that I use. If you've got anything that wants reviewed, or you've got an inkling to buy something or a comparison, then please do just drop me a line and drop me a message under this or any of my other tackle reviews, and if I can answer the question, I certainly will. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again soon.